go now?
Yeah, I'm not a bomb technician or an expert on that, but what I do understand is that because obviously on an initial analysis we didn't know what we were dealing with. There was certainly a direct reference to the fact that it was a bomb in the note, and so the reason it took so long is that they just had to be absolutely sure that nothing they did would jeopardise Madeleine's safety, so or the officers themselves, for that matter.
It kind of tells us that the note said, "Hey, you've got this much time," or it sounds like.
No, there wasn't. There was not a time limit. But what I'm saying is that the analysis and the examination just had to be very thorough and careful to make sure that something didn't detonate.
What would be the specific charges he would face either here or in Australia?
I can say, well, he'll be charged with the provisional warrant here. In Australia, we will be alleging kidnapping, breaking and entering and committing a serious indictable offence, demanding property with menaces.
Paul Doug Peters, as identified by the FBI there, has lived in the United States. He certainly lived here in the past. We just heard from that briefing that he was in Sydney for some period, perhaps a couple of months leading up to this incident. But as we heard the New South Wales police officer saying that he does live in the United States, that he has family connections in Kentucky. One of the other interesting things that emerged from that press conference was the statement that he doesn't appear to have known. Doesn't appear to be known to the Pulvers. There was some question earlier about whether there was some link with the family. And of course, he's appearing in federal court tomorrow morning here in Louisville, Kentucky at about 9:30. That courtroom isn't like a lot of courtrooms in the United States, which often allow cameras in. It isn't always the case that cameras are allowed into this particular federal court. So what sort of access the media will have tomorrow and what is his initial appearance will be interesting.
So Craig, was it clear to you whose house he was arrested at?
Well, our understanding is from talking to the Justice Department officials and locals in Louisville, the understanding is he was arrested at an apartment complex in Oldham County, northeast of Louisville. And as we heard in that press conference, he appears to have been on his own when FBI agents took him into custody.
And there doesn't appear to have been any incident during that arrest either?
No, and as we understand it, he hasn't been formally charged yet, but again we heard that there are charges pending, certainly in Australia, breaking and entering, kidnapping, and this has obviously been a case that the Robbery and Serious Crimes Unit has been following for a while.
And Craig, when this incident happened a couple of weeks ago, did it receive any coverage in the US at all?
No, no coverage at all, and you could hear from the questions at that press conference that a lot of US reporters wanted to find out more about it. Yep. There have been incidents not unlike this in America before, but no, the coverage didn't get any attention here, really. It certainly will now that the arrest has been made in the United States.
And that extradition process is a bit open-ended. We don't know exactly when or if, in fact, it will be successful either.
No, we certainly don't know whether it will be successful, but yes, it can take a long time. Lawyers have already said that typically extradition hearings can run weeks, perhaps even months. Tomorrow we'll know more once we have the initial appearance, but extradition proceedings are expected, but they can take, they can take months.
Yeah. Okay, Craig McMurtry in Washington, thanks very much for that.
Okay.